guys, it's Ashley from theawakensedstate.net. So this month I wanted to spend some time talking a little bit about different manifestation topics. So I really wanted to spend this entire month focusing more on manifestation and the different areas of our lives that we can manifest. Because here's the thing, manifestation is not a one and done conversation. We can literally manifest in any area of our lives. So when you think about manifestation, maybe you just think about materialism, maybe you just think about certain things like money or career or wealth, or maybe you think about just love or relationships. The thing is manifestation can be applied to literally any area of our lives. So when you think about manifestation as a concept, we have to realize that there are areas where manifesting can be easy for us in some areas, and then it can be really hard in other areas where we're maybe not as practiced around. Maybe we have more limited beliefs, maybe we have more unconscious patterns to work through. Manifestation is really like kind of looking at our life from a lens on what area of our life can we upgrade today. So today I wanted to talk about love. This is the first real efficient area that manifestation became really easy for me in, is understanding romantic love, relationships, and understanding how to manifest love has really been a journey of really accepting myself and also emotional fulfillment. And I believe that there were three critical things that have really helped me manifest when it comes to understanding love, and most importantly, raising my standards in relationships. So I wanted to share them with you today. So our manifesting topic today is love. All right, so let's dive in. So to give you quick tips on how you can manifest better with love. The first one is, I want you to realize that everything is a conversation that you are having with reality. So when it comes to manifesting love, the one thing you have to realize is life is responding to you. And so you are creating a mirrored conversation with reality. So this means that one of the strongest ways that we can work on our heart chakra and really kind of amp up our love muscle is to literally realize that how we treat ourselves is how others treat us. So your number one tip when it comes to manifesting love is to first check in on your emotional relationship that you have with yourself. You know, what are the thoughts that you're saying about yourself to yourself? Are they positive or negative? Are you being kinder to yourself? Are you giving more love to yourself? Are you being more compassionate to yourself? Because understanding the heart space is really about looking at, well, how is my emotional relationship to myself? So if you want to manifest love, I highly recommend that the first step you do is start to check in with your emotional relationship to yourself. How is it going? How can you start to nurture it more? How can you start to be more honorable to your emotions and to who you are as a person? And to really look at manifestation. When it comes to manifesting love, we have to realize that we're cultivating a relationship, and that relationship is the attraction of our relationship to ourselves. And so how we treat ourselves, others will treat us. So your first tip is to really look at that emotional relationship. So how can you start to work on your emotional relationship? Well, it begins with your self-talk and how you are treating yourself. So how do you treat yourself? Do you treat yourself with criticism and doubt and beating yourself up? Or are you more compassionate with yourself? Are you more kind? Are you more loving to yourself? Now, the second tip I want to say is you want to start looking at, well, how are you talking when it comes to relationship? Like, what are you saying about your physical relationship if you have one? And if you don't have one and you're trying to manifest one, I invite you to look at, well, what are you saying about, like, how do I like feel when it comes to dating and relationships? And am I saying thoughts that are serving me, or am I saying thoughts that are highly disserving me? Like, there's never available men, or I can never meet the right guy, or this guy always has mind games and he's just playing hard to get and it's never easy. And so I invite you to explore that, because you can also see that the more we work on our relationship to ourselves, we can start to also see that what are we projecting onto other people is how we're seeing our relationships. So when you think about relationships as a whole, I want you to consider, well, how am I creating standards in my own relationships? Do I have boundaries in place for what I'm unavailable when it comes to a woman or a man? Am I unavailable for this? Am I tolerating this? Because that will show you a lot about what you're actually projecting onto the relationship itself. So you have to realize that the projection that you're saying is the language you're feeding to the relationship. So I invite you to look at, well, what am I actually saying about that relationship? What am I saying about the concept of love? Do I believe love is hard? Do I believe that it's not safe to love? Do I believe that it's hard to love? Do I believe that no one loves me? Where is the disconnect occurring? Okay. So in step 3, we're going to take this one step further, and I want you to look at, well, what are my standards that I am setting with a relationship? And what are the boundaries I'm creating in that relationship? So this will show you a lot how you have created standards around relationships. And I feel this is like one of those like hidden layers that we don't really think about. So like when you have like a standard in a relationship, you know, like I am fully unavailable for people to treat me like shit. 100%. I'm fully unavailable for people to disrespect me. I'm fully unavailable for hate mail. I'm fully unavailable for this. So you see there's a conversation here where you can start to look at, well, what are those standards and boundaries that you are creating when it comes to dating, relationships, attracting a partner? And what are the standards that you want to have? Because you need to start looking at, well, this is how I'm currently attracting right now in my life, you know, whether I'm single or I'm in like a hard relationship. And now you have to start looking at, well, what is the relationship I do want to attract? Like, how can I create a supportive relationship? How can I start to focus more on what are the standards that would support me in how I'm attracting a relationship? You know, what am I actually looking for? What am I fully available for when it comes to relationship? And finally, one final point I do want to mention that I believe is super important, so I guess it's like a step 4, a hidden step 4, is I want you to consider that a lot of relationship issues are rooted in the root chakra. Or not the root chakra, rooted in the root chakra. No, they are. A lot of relationships are rooted in the heart chakra. They are rooted in the heart chakra. So we might have a relationship dynamic that's over-giving, under-receiving, or over-receiving, under-giving, or we're having a miscommunication come up, or we're in a space where we're either overcompensating or undercompensating, or maybe we're either in a dynamic where we're overgiving and the other person isn't giving back, or etc. So there could be something going on in the heart chakra where you are having issues dealing with love, self-acceptance, your emotional relationship to yourself, your negative self-talk, and most importantly, how you can start to see how every relationship is cultivated in the heart chakra, not just a relationship to our romantic partner, but also all relationships we have with life, such as our career, such as with our family, such as with our friends, such as with everyone. So I want you to consider that final little point of looking at your heart chakra and asking yourself, do I have negative self-talk? Do I really overcompensate in relationships? Do I feel like I am constantly overgiving, under receiving? Do I feel like I'm really projecting a lot of lack and uncertainty and doubt? And really look at where, when it comes to the heart chakra, where do you feel like you need to give back to yourself? So that's my final point. The heart chakra is all about learning to give back to yourself. So when it comes to manifestation, this is a little bit more out of the box than thinking about writing your perfect list of your partner and waiting for, trying to manifest a text. Those things are all fun and good, but I believe that this is like the core foundation that you really need to have in place when it comes to manifesting love. You need to, 1, work on your emotional relationship to yourself. 2, you need to identify how you are currently responding in your relationship with your projections of self. And 3, you need to look at your standards and boundaries that you have around relationships and the concept of dating and receiving love. So most importantly, we have to look at manifesting love is a journey of the emotional relationship to ourselves. So the more that you love and accept yourself for who you truly are, the more you'll begin to cultivate and manifest a relationship that is absolutely your dream relationship of the highest good for you and your life. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this manifesting tip. Next week, we're going to talk about how to manifest better self-esteem and confidence. I am so excited. So stay tuned for next week. And remember, the universe is inside of you and you hold the power to design your life. Love ya.